Judges 5 is a victor song sung by Deborah and Barak, celebrating God's powerful deliverance of Israel over Sisera and his army from Judges 4. It's one of the oldest Hebrew poems in the Bible and gives a spiritual insight behind the battle. Okay, so the first part of this chapter covers the praise the Lord for willing hearts. Deborah and Barak begin praise. When the princes in Israel take the lead, when the people willingly offer themselves, praise the Lord. They invite kings and rulers to listen as they sing of God's might. Second part of the chapter covers God's power shakes the earth. Deborah poetically described God's presence like a storm. The earth trembled, the heavens poured, the mountains quaked. This likely refers to the miracles storm that helped Israel defeat Sisera by bulging down his iron chariots in mud. The third part of this chapter covers a low point before the battle. Before Deborah, things were dark. Roads were unsafe, villages were abandoned, there were no warriors. They chose new goals, and no shield or spear was seen. Israel had no weapons, no peace, and was in spiritual decline. Fourth part of this chapter covers Deborah rises. I, Deborah, arose a mother in Israel. She didn't claim power, but rose like a mother to defend and lead. She calls attention to those who volunteer to fight. Fifth part of this chapter covers who fought, and who didn't. She names the tribes who joined the battle. Ephraim, Benjamin, Zebulun, Issachar. She also names those who did not help. Reuben stayed with the sheep. Gilead, east of the Jordan, Dan stayed with the ships, and Asher remained at the coast. This shows not all of Israel responded. Some tribes avoided the fight, and Deborah calls them out. The sixth part of this chapter covers the battle and nature's role. Kings fought, but not for plunder. This was God's war. From the heavens, the stars fought, the river Kishon swept them away. God used nature, rains, rivers, and stars as weapons. The chariots became useless in the muddy terrain. The seventh part of this chapter covers Jael is celebrated. Jael is honored above all women. Most blessed of women be Jael. She struck Sisera, crushed his heart. It recounts how she killed Sisera while he slept in her tent. The eighth part of this chapter covers Sisera's mother's waits in vain. A poetic and ironic section. Sisera's mother waits at the window, wondering why her son hasn't returned. Her servant suggests he's just delaying while dividing the spoil, including a woman or two. The tone is ironic. The audience knows he's already dead at Jael's hand. Ninth part is final blessing. So may all your enemies perish, O Lord. But may those who love you be like the sun, and it rises in its strength. And the land had peace for 40 years. So what are the key lessons from Judges 5? The first lesson is worship and memory go together. Songs help remember God's work and steer the heart to worship. Second lesson, God fights for his people. Victory came not by swords, but by storms and faith. Third lesson, God uses the willing. Some step up, others stay behind. God works through those who show up. Fourth, women played a central role. Deborah led, Jael fought. This was a God-orchestrated, non-male dominated victory. So Judges 5 is a poetic retelling of chapter 4, giving a spiritual depth to a historical event. It reminds us that victory doesn't belong to the strong, but to the faithful. The Lord is a warrior. The willing are his weapons. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one.